Hello and welcome to this week's harmonica lesson. I'm going to show you 5 strategies to get you started improvising over a 12-bar blues. So for this lesson you'll need a harmonica in the key of C, and we'll be playing in second position, which means that we're playing in the key of G. So your first strategy is rhythmic improvisation. So before you start thinking about complicated improvisation, you should just pick one note and improvise with that. So we're going to start with the 2 draw and try improvising over a 12-bar blues. The only variable is what rhythm you're going to use. It'll sound like this. Okay, so the next strategy that we have is following the chord changes over a 12-bar blues. So we're going to use the same kind of idea that we did with the rhythmic improvisation, but we're just going to use the root notes of the 1 chord, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord. So if you don't know what they are, they're the 3 chords of a 12-bar blues, and they correspond to the 2 draw, the 4 blow, and the 4 draw. So I'll show you how we can improvise like this over a 12-bar blues. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the next strategy is using the blues scale. So you've probably heard about the blues scale, but are not sure why it's so important. Well, basically it contains all the notes you need to play blues, and as such should be an important part of your improvisation practice. This is what I'm talking about. So that's the 2 draw, 3 draw half step bend, 4 blow, 4 draw half step bend, 4 draw, 5 draw, and 6 blow. So a good strategy is to take a few notes from the blues scale and turn them into a lick. For example, let's take the first 3 notes and just try making some licks from them. So you can hear that's already starting to sound quite bluesy. So what's the next strategy? Well, the next strategy is learning other people's licks. So when you learned to talk as a baby, you did this by mimicking other people, and now you're able to communicate whatever you want. So in music, it's exactly the same thing. This is why it's really important to kind of transcribe other harmonica players' solos. And if you're not sure what transcription is, basically, it's when you work music out by ear. So to do this, you're going to listen to a bit of a melody over and over and try to work out what notes you're going to be playing on the harmonica. So at first, this is going to be trial and error, but the more you do it, the easier and quicker it will be. Most importantly, this is how you learn to play what you hear in your head out on the harmonica, which I know a lot of you want to be able to do. Okay, now, the final strategy is taking 1 lick and building it into a full 12-bar blues. Why is this important? Well, this is important because, if you just have a bunch of licks that you've learnt and you chain them together, it's not going to sound like a very interesting solo. Instead, it makes a lot more sense to try and use 1 or 2 licks to build a cohesive solo, like this. hopefully you can hear that almost every lick in this 12-bar blues is a variation of the first one. So this kind of approach will make your solo sound a lot more coherent rather than jumping around all over the place. Okay, thank you for watching this. Hopefully you're starting to understand a little bit more about improvisation. And now, if you want to learn more about getting started, you can take my Introduction to Improvisation e-course. This is a 5-week course where I'll give you in-depth video lessons, tabs, and homework exercises to get you comfortable with the idea of improvising over a 12-bar blues. Just click the link in the description below to find out more about it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next week for the next free harmonica lesson.